So I actually got in some new brushes I wanted to share with you really quickly. I'm just opening them. The first time I'm using them. They're from Zen Art Supplies, and they're called the Black Tulip brushes. They're faux squirrel synthetic brushes, and they come in a set of 6 with short handles. It's around 8, 10, a flat 8, 3/4 inch, a rigger number 2, and a cat tongue, which is a 3/4. And I'm trying them out here for the first time. Also trying out watercolor grounds on top of an old resin piece that I didn't like. So I actually put the watercolor grounds on top. Wasn't quite sure how that was going to work out, but I'll tell you, it worked. I was pleasantly surprised. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to resin this piece once it's finished, because the watercolor grounds, I mean, they're not even scraping off. I have to say that stuff is on there pretty good, and I'm using the Daniel Smith watercolor grounds for that. I've been working with that for a while now. I've been trying a couple different techniques and on wood and things, and I've got a class in the works for that. But this, I was like, well, we're just going to try it on top of a piece of wood that I had already resined to see if it's going to work. So it was really challenging it. And like I said, it worked out fine. So the brushes are great. They have a good snap to them, and they are working great. I'm going to try them again on some watercolor paper before I give my full opinion on them. But I do want to say thanks to Zen Art Supplies. They did send them to me to try out, and there was no stipulations about me making a video or anything. Just wanted me to try it as an artist. So I was pleasantly surprised. So thank you to Zen Art for sending me these, and I'll be using them again. All right, so I have the brushes all rinsed off, ready to go, and I'm gonna go have some fun. All right, so I'm gonna start off with the flat wash brush and just get this wet first. You can see I'm using a wooden cradle board. Again, I had that resin prior, and I put the watercolor grounds on top. I just did one coat, and I'm gonna add some water to that just to start out. And now you can see it's really, really light when I'm first starting this. And I always find when I'm working with the watercolor grounds, they are fairly light. So I really have to like kind of build up the layers for these. The chalky consistency of this is just different than working with watercolor paper. So I start with building the first set of layers here. I've got a little bit of the sky in, a little bit of the water, and actually like how the sky turned out. And I think I'm going to pretty much leave that alone because it's a very light and airy picture in the sky. So maybe I'll darken up the clouds a little bit more, but they even move quite nicely. You can see I've got a little bit of flow in there. Putting down a few colors as I start. It looks very pastel-y as I'm going, and some people like this look. I tend to go a little bit darker with my paintings for some reason. I just keep adding layers. I just don't feel like I'm quite done yet. I build it this way. This is just how I work. I like to get like a rough estimate of where I'm going to put things, how I'm going to do it, and then I can start adding some details in. And I can make changes to this. Now it's so light that if I want to, switch out a little bit, I can do that. So if you're enjoying watching me paint, you like these kind of videos, please make sure to click that subscribe button, click the little bell, and everybody on YouTube now says this, but you'll get notifications when I put up a new video. And I'm really trying to put up a video once a week or a couple times a month for you still. I've been doing this for years now, and it's slowly growing. I think we're up to almost 15,000 subscribers. I just don't get it. Some people just like fly. Like, one week they're at, 3,000 people, and then they have like 80,000. So if you guys have some ideas, let me know if there's some other things I should be doing. I watch other YouTube videos, but I just not really sure if I'm giving the right content, the information that you want. And the other thing is a lot of people have so many comments, and most of the folks that follow me, and I don't know if it's just because I'm just mellow, but there's, people are just really shy and quiet on my channel. I don't know. I so appreciate you guys for being here, though. I want you to know that. And usually each week I usually have a couple hundred people that will follow me. So I know that you guys really look forward to this. And, you are the reason why I do this. It's not necessarily to have like 80,000 subscribers. But it's just, I want people to enjoy themselves. I want them to create, because I think we're missing that in this day and age. There's so many people are just so stressed out all the time, and you don't have as much fun, and creativity is a real big stress reliever. So if you have some friends that you feel need to have a little bit of a release, share my channel, let them know. And that helps me grow my channel. And, just for me doing these free videos, I do that because I enjoy it and I enjoy the process. You know, I do have some affiliates on some of the things, so I do make a little bit of income on some of those. So if you click on my Amazon shop, just know that I do get a little portion of that when you make a purchase through that. But you know, I just usually throw it right back in here because I'm usually buying new supplies to try out. So long-winded anyway. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you guys. And leave me a comment. You know, let me know, like I said, down below if there is something that you'd like to see, or just chit chat with me. I just did a nice wash of water, and now I'm getting into some more details. And I think the favorite one actually was probably the 8 round. I use that a lot in here, and then I'm using the rigger right now to just get in some of those branches. I did find that rigger, it was, did I say it was, what size? It was a number 2, and I did have to take out some smaller brushes to get some of those fine details in here. You can see that I'm trying to put them in here, but it just wasn't quite cutting those really minute details. So I do go back in with some smaller brushes later on and get a little bit more details in here. So it works great though for making those trees and bringing up the lines in between. Sometimes they get a little thick. I think I have to be careful how I'm holding it. But this is my backyard, you guys, or should I say my front yard, because I am here at the lake in Maine, and we didn't have much snow at all this year. This is February, so this is snow on top of the ice on the lake, and it was casting a beautiful purple shadow, sort of purplish, pinkish, coralish. It was really an interesting color. I went with purple because I had a hard time with the colors that I had making that coral color, and I actually lightened up the picture a little bit when I was painting it. But really cute story. We were out for our walk today, and our neighbor happens to follow me on Facebook, so they were watching some of my pictures I've been posting on this. I've been doing the steps, and their dog was loose the other day, and they have it's a puppy and young, and we're thinking about getting a puppy coming up this summer. So I'm laughing because we had a 16-year-old lab, and she was so well behaved at this point because she's older, but she wasn't when she was younger. And then we have our Havanese, who just is a small dog. She pretty much stays around. But anyway, their dog was out, and it's got lots of energy, and they've got some young kids. It's just so fun to watch all the action here at the lake. And so the dog got loose and came in our yard, of course, because we have a dog and it's smelling around. So all their little footprints are all over the place. And our neighbor was walking this morning and said that they saw the picture and they're like, oh my gosh, it's like all of our feet were in the little prints all over your painting. It's like they're etched forever now. I just cracked up because we have so much fun when the kids are over here, and we can hear them in the summertime swimming and stuff. And it's so much fun because our little guy is all grown up. He's going to be 20 coming up this year. So we really enjoy it. So I thought anyway, painting the snow was going to be a little bit of a challenge because we had all of those beautiful shadows in there, which I really liked about the whole painting. So I did have a little bit of a challenge when I get to that point, and I'm trying to put in some splatters, and you can see it, I've started it already here, and I have to add a little bit more detail. So near the end, I finally get there. You can see I'm adding some white in here. I didn't leave enough of the white of, I was going to say the paper, but it's really of the watercolor grounds. But plus it has a little bit of texture, and there's more chalky, so it wasn't that bright white. I also had a little bit of a trouble with the sun in there because it's so bright in the photograph, and I really wanted to get that glow. So I used a little bit of white gouache there as well. If you are a monthly member or a yearly member, look out for this one because I'm going to be putting this up there for you guys with the full voiceover, and so you'll be able to watch this at normal speed if you want to check out how I did the entire paintings. And I'll put the link in the description box below for you, but it's at my website, www.kelliechasse.com. So I'm adding some splatters here now, just finishing up, and I kept adding a few little bit of layers, just get it a little bit darker, and I finally got that snow, I think, down in the front. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you did, make sure to click the like button, and leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought of it. It means the world to me that you're here and that you're just hanging with me while I'm painting. I hope you have a wonderful week. And stay warm. Spring is just around the corner, at least for us here in Maine. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.